Evening, good day, whatever you, konnichiwa, hola, como estas? Annyeonghaseyo, everybody out there, hello. It is the Christmas Eve. So it's December 23rd. It is almost Christmas. Christmas is Wednesday for those who celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Feliz Navidad, and all that good stuff. My name is Kiki. Welcome to my channel. Like, share, subscribe, thumbs up. What does my channel talk about? My channel is hello, Dara Simi Dawu. I remember you were on my live stream the other day. What's up? How are you today? It is a nice 65 degrees in Texas. It's beautiful. I come on here and do these live streams because I hate when videos that I got to be on camera. I don't like editing the videos. Um, so I just do lives and then most people watch it in the rewatch. It's the same format I have on my other channel. But I much prefer doing videos like real video. I don't consider me going live like a real video. I don't consider me on camera a real video. Okay. To me, a real video is where I have like production and music and like to me that's a real video. What I consider a real video. Videos I actually have to edit and make. And I am doing a video right now. I am working on this 10-minute video that is taking me forever. It is about the K-pop the year in review, like all the K-pops, not all the scandals, but the biggest scandals. And it is taking me so long to edit this video. Like yesterday, I worked on it for 2 hours and I just sat there and I was just like, what is my life right now? Because it usually doesn't take me that long. It doesn't take me days to edit a video. But this video has been very challenging because I'm trying to do the whole chronicle. I'm trying to do the K-pop scandals and then I have to research them. And there's some K-pop scandals I didn't know whether to add or whether to leave out. But anyway, I'm doing a K-pop year in review video that'll be released probably the day after Christmas, maybe. We'll see how it goes. But everybody, welcome to my channel. Come on in. I have to dish the tea a little bit before. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. This particular video that I do, my personal videos are in a playlist called My Journey. This really chronicles my journey on my channel with YouTube life or whatever. So, and then things that I may see on the internet. So yesterday, I don't know why this popped up in my feed, but I saw a video by a YouTuber named Katie Kate. Kate, it's either Kate, Katie, or Katie Kate. Now I know that sounds weird. And she was an older Caucasian lady, and for some reason her video popped up in my feed. Her video was about Gen X, about Gen X choosing solitude and being alone. And then she talks about how she works in the service industry. She used to work in the service industry. So I don't know if she was a waitress. I don't know what she was, but it was about a 11-minute video. But she talked about like she moved away from her family, that she moved to a whole different state. And where she lives now, she's by herself. And so again, this wasn't a video that I would normally, oh hi, Delia Sanchez, hello. Um, so this lady, Katie Kate, who's a YouTuber, y'all go check it out. I'll try to link the video in the comments whenever I get through my video. I'll try to find it. But her video intrigued me. I'm not a subscriber to her channel, but it just popped up in my feed. She was talking about Gen X, people over a certain Gen X is like I think people over the age of 50. Um she was saying that she lives in solitude, that there's so many videos on YouTube. And I began to look them up last night and do some research. There are so many videos on YouTube, especially about women who are over a certain age, who are like, I've had it. who like, I've had it. They're not married. Their kids may be adults, or they may not have any children. And you're new to my video. Welcome, Delilah. I'm saying your name wrong, Miss Sanchez. Your avatar is so pretty. It's so cute. But thank you. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all thumbs up and like and subscribe and share. Again, I have a whole playlist called My Journey, which I just kind of go off the cuff but I appreciate everybody being here. I really do appreciate y'all a lot. Um, but I saw this lady's video and I was just intrigued about, and I watched it. And then so I went to watch other videos about people, mostly women, talking about them being over a certain age and just living a life of solitude. And then YouTube, the YouTube algorithm gods. Oh, other videos will start popping up, y'all. Y'all know how I go. I end up going down in a rabbit hole. I don't know about y'all, but I go down rabbit holes all the time. Like I'll look up one thing and then it'll bring me to something else and bring me to something else and bring me to something else. I fall down rabbit holes. And I had time last night. I was waiting for my son and for him to go to this event, and I was waiting for my son, so I just started looking at videos. So then I got into videos where women over the certain age was talking about like how their lives have changed so much different than their 20s and 40s and 50s. Hello, Antri Sharma, namaste, hello. Um, and so it just like how their lives have changed so much since the time they were 20s. So I'm definitely not in my 20s. I'm definitely an old lady. Let me just say, y'all, I may look young. I tried to go get some liquor last night and they they carded me. I'm not a drinker too much. Hi, Marjan. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all, if I butcher y'all names. I do apologize. You may hear trucks and stuff rumbling in the background because I am in my car and people are delivering Amazon, and I'm on my way to the gym. So I apologize if you hear trucks and people talking and kids running around. It's just how it is. I'm out here. It parked in the parking lot in front of my gym. So I just thought it was interesting that so many different women are choosing this life. Now in the past, I've known women and men who've chosen a life to where they're just single and they just doing their thing, and it's not a big deal. Like I think we all of us, at least I know plenty of women like this in my life, in my own family. But now with the advent of social media, let me roll my eyes and groan. Now with social media, people are making videos about it and stuff like that. Y'all know how I go on social media. Um, so hello, Charles Worth. You knew also. Hello, all the new people. Hello, Hollywood, Charles Worth, all the new people. So y'all know with social media, people blow things up and make things out, things that have been around forever. But this has been around forever. So in my particular life, let me just give y'all a little perspective. I was married. I was married to a wonderful, wonderful guy um, for almost 10 years, but he passed away. So that was 10 years ago. Okay. I have two children, so I'm not childless. There are videos about women out here who choose to be childless. I could do a whole video about people who choose to be childless or inadvertently are childless, and so I could do a whole video about that. But that's another time for another video about the people upset, I guess, because people choose to be childless. I'm not upset. I'm a parent. I chose to be a parent, but I guess people mad because some women don't want to have kids. I don't. Who told you that you were old? I am old. I mean, I say that tongue firmly in cheek. I say that jokingly. I don't feel old. I don't look old, but when I say I'm old, I mean I'm a lot older than what people think I am. I got carded for liquor last night because in the state of Texas that I'm in, if you're under the age of 27, you'll get carded. They ask you for your ID. And I looked at the lady and I was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Are you serious?" She's like, "Yeah, under 27." I said, "Yeah, I know the law, but I'm nowhere, ma'am. I'm nowhere near 27." And I was standing there with my 10-year-old daughter and she was just cracking up because she's just like, she like, she's way over 27. I could have a 27-year-old child. Let's put it that way. 27, you young enough to be my kid. I could have a kid and still be grown if you do the math. I could be in my 20s and have a 20. I could have been in my 20s and have a 27-year-old. Let's just put it that way. You do the math. You calculate that. You're never going to be old. I don't mind being older, I guess I could say. I don't mind when people say I'm old. Like I said, it's firmly just a joke. I say that because people talk to me and relate to me. The reason, okay, let me get off a tangent before I get into it. Being older comes with, to me, in my mind, a certain level of respect. When you look younger than what you are, people talk to me in a certain way I don't appreciate. You know what I'm saying? People talk to me like young people in a certain way that I feel like I have earned, a Juma, like they say in South Korea. I feel like I've earned, how do they say in India, auntie status. Like there's a pecking order to this shit to me, and I have people talk to me like in flippant terms, and I'm looking at them like, how do you think I am? And I don't like it. I don't like the tone that people take with me. I'm not used to that in my day-to-day life. People online take a tone with me that I'm just like, I'm like old to be your mama. Like you gonna talk to me like you got some sense. So when I come on here and I say old, I have to set the tone because I get people on social media and then out in my real life who don't know me that want to talk to me a certain way. And I have to check them real quick and be like, I'm not your peer. I'm not in your age group. I'm not in your demographic. Please don't talk to me like I'm one of your friends. Cause I've had 25-year-olds want to be like, hey, little mama, da, da, da. I'm looking at them like, who you talking? Oh, you talking to me like that? Oh shit, no. Like so that's when I say, oh, that's what I mean. It means it's a nice way of me culling respect because I don't deal with people talking to me like I'm one of their friends. I don't deal with it from my children. I don't deal with their friends. I'm like, I'm old enough to be your mama, so don't talk to me like I'm a little kid. That's why. So I come here, I have to check people and tell them like I'm old, as in I'm probably older than you, because I see the demographics on my channel, and they're for sure younger than me. A lot of the people that come on my channel, I would say my demographics are 25 to 35, and so that's child status. 35, you're young enough to be my child. You're young enough to be my child. Dylan said I'm 15. No, Dylan, don't tell me you 15, baby. I got a lot of young people come on my channel. And I love it. I tell all the young people, come on, sit at your auntie's feet, and I tell you, I give you some life advice. I've lived a lot of life. I've lived a lot of life. I've lived many different iterations of life. And in my life, it took me a long time to get here. My personality has changed so much. So I guess like a lot of us over the age of 40, we are choosing to be alone. She said Miss Sanchez got all the emojis. They're so cute. Thank you. But a lot of us over the age of 40, we are choosing to be by ourselves. And I have never found solace in peace ever in my life. I was always the kind of person that always had lots of people around her. When I was in my 20s, I was a party girl. When I was in my 20s, I always had friends over my apartment. I never wanted to be alone. I never wanted to sit at home by myself. I was always restless. I still have a lot of energy, but I can channel my energy into positive ways, making money, but and doing other things and being creative. But when I was younger, I just was a party girl. Like I wanted to go out, I wanted to hang out. I mean, I was young. I was young-minded, immature. It is shocking to me that now, as I've gotten older, and even in my older age, once my husband passed away, then I went through a period of me like rekindling my youth, because that kind of happens sometimes when your spouse passes away. For those of you who don't know, when your spouse kind of passes away, a lot of people, widows and widowers, go through this period where they just wild out. You know what I'm saying? Like we wild out because the person that we don't know what to do with ourselves when our spouse passes away. There's a learning curve. Then if you haven't dated in a long time, depending on how long you've been married, the longer you've been married, the harder it is to bounce back being single from having your spouse pass away. It is difficult. It is a period of time that I don't look back on fondly, but it's just a learning curve and a learning situation that I hope that nobody watching this goes through, because it's difficult. It's difficult to lose your spouse. It is difficult to lose your partner, especially somebody you have children with. It is very difficult. It's the hardest thing I've ever gone through in my entire life. My whole life turned upside down when my husband passed away. And my husband was younger than me. My husband was 9 years younger than me. My husband was in his 20s, late 20s when he passed away. It is the hardest thing I think I've ever been through. I know that I've been through. I feel like if I could survive my husband's death, I can survive anything because it was so, Charles said my last kid is 23 and we live together. And one time he was saying on the phone to his friend about the old man. He had to rush to the room to get him. You had to snatch him up, Charles. Get him, get him, get him, Charles, get him. Charles said, I'm gonna come snatch your ass up. You talking about the old man? My kids forget how old I am. My kids forget how old I am. My kids absolutely positively forget. Like they'll be watching some TV and they be like, Mama, they be like, the old lady about 50 years old, blah blah blah. And then I'll be like, I'll be like, okay. They be like, oh, but not you, Mama, not you. They're like, we forget. I'm like, yeah, they be calling like 40-year-olds old. I'll be like, what does that make me then? The 40, they be like, oh, Mama, but not you. Oh, Mama, we forget. And they little friends think I'm like in my 30s. And I'm like, no, because my kids are young. My kids are 10 and they're 10 and 14. So my kids are young. My kids are babies. Are babies. I consider them babies. I mean, my son's a teenager, but my daughter's still 10. She's still a kid. And so I had my children late. But, you know, so losing my husband was difficult and it was hard, you know. And it was really hard. It was like the most difficult thing that I think I've ever been through. But I've learned, I just see that a lot of women that I work with or come in contact with are choosing to be in a solitude stance. They're choosing that, they want that. And I'm like, okay, I'm here for it. Like I'm so here for that. And so I would just tell people that like I've experienced something that I've never experienced before. Being alone is cool to me. People act like being in a relationship is easy. People act like being with another human being is flippant, it's easy to do, it's something that's not a big deal. I don't know about in y'all country. You may be in another country and another culture because I know that dating and relationship and marriages vary from culture to culture. Um, we're grown folks. We're not old. Well, we definitely are grown folks. I agree. I like being a grown folk, but I'll take being old too. I mean, people like old. I'm like, all right, it doesn't bother me because I mean, like I said, it don't bother me. I ain't got one foot in the grave yet. Now, come on, I ain't that. But some days, I done had some surgeries, y'all. I done had knee surgeries. I done had back surgeries. I mean, I still work out like 6 days a week, but I'm really in shape. I'm in the best shape I think I've been in my entire life. I know I will not. I think I am. I'm in better shape now than I was when I was in my 20s 25 years ago, but that's just because I work hard. But I like it. Like this area of my life is like a whole new thing, a new vibe that I never thought that would be cool. I never thought I'd be good being by myself. I never thought. I used to hate it. I mean, I had a 5-year relationship. um I had a 5-6 year relationship with somebody that I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna die because I'm not with this person. And then after a while, I mean, after the I healed and the hurt and I just got used to him not being around. I was like, I was like, what was that all about? Like hey Sarah, I was like, what was that all about? I don't even remember anymore. I'm like, what was I stressed about this whole entire time about being single? I was like, yeah, yeah, it's almost Christmas. Merry Christmas, Sarah. Have a happy new year. I'm Sarah. I'm out here hard working on this video. Yesterday, I spent 2 hours writing a script because I'm going to be doing K-pop in review for 2024. I spent 2 hours yesterday writing a script. Awesome Ducker said, I'm 12, baby. You 12? Yo, baby, you need to go to sleep. You need to go to bed. Go to bed, 12-year-old. But I spent 2 hours yesterday writing a script because I just kept messing up, and I'm like, this is a lot. It's a lot to go over in K-pop. Like I had to pick and choose certain things what to put in this video without making it like, a 20-minute long. Because the longer the video is, the harder it is for anybody to edit. That's why I come on here and do lives. When I'm on camera, I do lives. It's hard. It normally don't take me this long, but this K-pop year has been so crazy. It's been so crazy this year, y'all. This year in K-pop has been crazy. So I had to like pick and choose. Um, I had to pick and choose like what stories to talk about because there were so many different scandals in K-pop, like little ones, big ones, medium-sized ones. There's one scandal I couldn't even talk about because I didn't even know how to put it in a video so YouTube won't demonetize my channel. There was a lot this year. Everyone under the age of 70 is young. I guess so. But it takes me just an hour. It takes you an hour to edit a 3-minute video. This video is gonna be 11-minute video. It usually takes me 2 hours to edit a video, y'all. Anyway, sidebar. It usually takes me 2.5 hours to edit a video that's like 8 minutes. This 11-minute video is gonna take me maybe a day or two. Because it's a lot. Like I had to rewrite it and edit. And then the whole New Jeans Minhee Jin thing is like probably 4 minutes of the video. I was like, I went all the way back to I go through the timeline since April. It's y'all pray for me. I'm gonna get it together, y'all. I'm gonna get it together. It's a lot, y'all. K-pop went through a lot this year. And I didn't even add all the scandals I wanted to. Because I'm like, if I really added all the scandals, it would probably have been like a 30-minute video. I got it to do. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm living through a period in my life where I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm going through my Jungkook era. Y'all know there's rumors out there about Jungkook being a ladies' man. I'm going through my Jungkook. I mean, I'm not like, out here. I'm not even dating anybody. But I'm going through this era where I'm just like, do I really want to be bothered? And then I'm like, no, I don't. I don't want to be bothered. 57 is good age. It's good age. It depends. Like I said, whether you old or young depends on your mindset and your health and your wealth. That's what really counts. So that's what, age is how you feel. But I ain't got it to do. I just, like I said, I saw a video online. YouTube recommended this lady's video and she was talking about the Gen Xers. And this lady was older, about them living by themselves and wanting to be by themselves and not wanting to be bothered with people and living a life of solitude. And I'm like, I kind of live that life. I do have my children, to take care of, but I kind of live a life of abject solitude, and I kind of like it. I do like it. Like for the first time in my life, I've really been at peace with myself emotionally and mentally. I feel like I've never been this balanced in my life. I've never been time enough to really enjoy my own company because I've always relationship hopped from one guy to the next. I get out of one relationship and get into another relationship. And I've done this like pretty much all through my 20s. The only time I really didn't do that is when I was married. But I just feel like, you don't feel like 6. Sarah says she has a crush on someone, but I don't know how to tell them. Girl, I don't have a crush on nobody. I'm so hateful. I'm gonna do a video about I'm gonna tell women how to embrace their inner villain, because what I'm saying, like people online and people that don't know me have tried to infer certain things, and I just be like, I don't care. I just don't care. Like I've never been this free emotionally and mentally ever in my life. I've never been this free. Like I'm free. Like I'm truly a free person. I don't owe anybody nothing. I don't owe anybody nothing. I don't listen to what anybody else has to say because I don't have to. I tell young people all the time, the best thing for you to do in your life is to get to any position where you owe nobody nothing and where nobody can tell you nothing. That is the best position I've ever been in life. I'm like, I pay my own bills. I'm grown. I don't live with nobody. I don't have to worry about anybody. Anybody has any opinions on my life, it's invalid. Well, I think you should. I'm like, did I ask? No, I did. Oh, you have an opinion. Oh, I don't give a shit. That has been my life for literally for about 3 years now. When me and my ex broke up, my life, I was all sad. I was heartbroken, and what am I gonna do? But then after a year, that wore off, and I'm like, man, I don't care no more. I don't care. You Gen Alpha? Look, you're like my son. My son is Gen Alpha. Gen Beta is starting in 7 days. Is it? I say I never know what age is the Gen. My son's 14. But I tell my son this all because my son has. I'm gonna tell y'all something. My son has like a girlfriend, right, and which I don't approve of. Yeah, Gen Beta, which I don't approve of at all. I don't look. You young people out there, don't date. I'm telling y'all right now, don't date. Auntie Keisha says don't date. You don't know what you are. I don't know. You have to look it up online. I can't. I think I'm Gen Y X. Wait, Gen X, Gen X, Y, Gen Y. I think I'm Gen Y or Gen X. I don't know. I never can keep up. My son is Gen Alpha for sure. He's 14. So I know he talks about being Gen Alpha. But I tell my son all the time, you have your whole life ahead of you. That like age and time is currency. It's the best thing that you can have. But with age comes wisdom. I didn't live this long. There's nothing worse than an old fool, y'all. There's nothing worse than somebody old and somebody foolish. I didn't want to be old and be foolish. Like if I want to make mistakes, I want to do it when I'm in my teens and my 20s. If I want to like find myself, I want to find myself then. I didn't you're always constantly changing and evolving, but I wanted to make mistakes and live my best life. And trust me, I lived a lot of life in my 20s. I want to come out here and tell y'all about some of the things that, like when I was in my 20s, I dated a guy who's a lead singer of a rock band. I dated yeah. Anyway, but I dated like, and it's a pretty well-known band, and I can't say the name of it, but I will come on here and tell y'all about my dating somebody in the industry, and it was interesting. It was interesting, folks. I got some stories, and then I was on a no-fly list when I was in my 20s because I was a anti-war protester, and it just I've lived many iterations of my life. But I will tell the story about me dating someone in the industry. Not the K-pop industry, but just the music industry in America. And I won't say the name of this person, the name of the group, because the name of the person in the group, back in the day, they were pretty well known. I mean, back in the day, they were like on the cusp of like, you know, famous. Now, not so much, but they still tour. Um, you were born in 2008. Oh my God, you're Sarah. You itty bitty baby. You itty bitty baby. Yeah, you aren't gonna be my kid for sure. But you're old. But you're older than my child. So my son's 14. But I just tell people that like you have your whole life ahead of you to date and do all that, all the things with all the things. But as I've gotten older, I ain't got it to do. I like being by myself. I like being single. I like having peace. I see more women over the age of 40 being like, nah, I don't want a relationship, and we're just choosing peace. We're just choosing peace. Oh, you were born in 2010. Oh, you're a baby. We're just choosing peace, and I like choosing peace. I like living a peaceful, happy life. So to the young people, choose peace. Don't jump into relationships. Don't do all that. Don't let people tell you that you got to be married and you got to have a relationship. You got to have a good. Because again, I listened to all that madness when I was younger. When I was younger, my friends, it was a lot of peer pressure because they had boyfriends and girlfriends, and they were like, "Well, what's wrong with you?" It was a lot of peer pressure when I was in my teens. I mean, just like it is, now, like nothing has really changed about that. But people, were always, even as an adult, it doesn't change. People are like, "Oh, are you single? Why aren't you married?" Da, 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 da. And then I don't feel like explaining things to people, and I just be like, "Yeah, I'm single because I choose to be that way." Um, but just I would say don't fall into the pressure, and it's hard when you're young, but there's always a lot of pressure to hook up or be a couple or feel validation by knowing that somebody else is attracted to you and likes you, and you're not gonna have a relationship till you're 26. You know what, awesome ducker, you know what, good job. Good job, sweetie. Good job. I would say concentrate on your schooling, on your education, on your career, on pursuing your dreams, and then you can have a relationship. That's why I tell my son all the time. I'm not stopping him from having a relationship, but I don't support it because I think it's just a distraction at an early age. I don't think that most kids or teenagers are able to mentally handle being in a relationship. Like the maturity level. I mean, let's be honest. There are adults that can't even handle being in a relationship. Kids, I'm just going to be honest with y'all. There are adults that should not be in relationships because they can't mentally handle it either. Sarah's 16. You have a crush on someone. He gave you a stuffy. What's a stuffy? Like a stuffed animal? Sarah, where are you from? You say stuffy. Is that like a plushie? Oh, Awesome Ducker says, when I marry my wife, she's going to be my queen. Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. I am in Texas, yes. I'm definitely in Texas. Oh, a stuffed animal. Is that what they call? My kids call it plushies. She said a stuffy. That's the first time I heard anyone said stuffy. That's cute. I'm going to tell my kids, y'all need to start calling it a stuffy instead of a plushie. Well, that's cute that he gave you a stuffed animal. That's cute, kids. That's cute. Like I said, I call stuffed animals stuffies. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Yeah, I am in Texas. Yay, Texas. No, no Texas. But yeah, I would say, it's natural and normal for, human beings to have attraction and want relationships with other people. And that's natural and normal for young people. I would just say, just be wary and be cautious. That's all I can say. If I could talk to my younger self, I would have told my younger self when she was 16, 17-year old to not be wrapped up. Because when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, I really wanted to have a boyfriend and be in a relationship because that's what my friends were doing. I did not have, how can I put this in a gentle way? I did not have parental authority and direction to snatch me up and be like, you need to concentrate on this and this and this. I didn't grow up in a family situation like that. I was given a lot of free reign that I felt like I shouldn't have been given. But I was given too much of free reign. Too much. Yo, you in the Caribbean. Texas is, I don't fit in here in Texas. Let's just put it that way. My mom had a big brother when she was 17. She's 35 now. Oh, your mom. Oh my God, that makes me feel so old. I think your mom, let me see. Your mom, your mom, your mom, I could have, if I was a pregnant teen, your mom could have been my daughter. I have a friend that her daughter is 33 and she's a grandmother. Like she had her first kid at 16, and now her daughter's like in her 30s, and then her daughter has like a 10-year-old. So I have a friend that's 50 that has a 10-year-old grandson. It is crazy. Oh, you're in the US, Sarah. Okay. It's crazy. Right now the weather here in Texas is nice. But I wouldn't suggest it. Like my friend who had a child, I didn't have kids. I had kids late. So I had the luxury enough to be emotionally, financially secure. Um, you know, whenever damn, people are really bored. Yeah, yeah. I mean, my friend struggled. Like her being a teen, I had other friends that were teenage mothers. They really struggled. It is tough and it's hard being a teenage mother. Y'all hear that? My aunt is 38 and she has a 22-year-old. Oh my God. Oh. I think I would feel young if that was the case for real. We have people here trying to drop off packages. One of my rubber bands just broke, y'all. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. My rubber band just broke. I wear braces. I have bands. Well, this one popped off. But I have bands. And then when I got my braces, people really thought I was young. People really think I'm a little kid. When they see the braces and they like, oh, you have braces. That's the first thing I think people notice is the braces. Sorry, y'all. I got to put this in a bag. Y'all give me a moment. But yeah, somebody's here. They're trying to I'm at my gym and then there's nobody here. I don't know if they're on lunch break. I don't know where the staff is at. The weather here is 42 degrees. It is 66 degrees right now, Texas. Hello, Delalia Sanchez. Hello. You want braces, but I have to let my teeth grow more. Oh, okay. Yeah, my son may need braces, but he's gonna get Invisalign. He's not. I got braces because my insurance wouldn't pay for braces over the age of 19. That's the reason why I have braces. So they were like, you can't get Invisalign, you can pay for it, and I don't want to pay 6,000 6 grand for Invisalign. So I was like, nah, get braces, but I have to wear these bands. I have to wear these bands, and it's just I've had braces for 4 years now. Yeah, it's a long haul. But I just came out here to talk to y'all, just to say hi. I am so happy that all these young people come to my live stream. Like I'm so happy for y'all. Like my kids, if I could get my kids on my live stream, because my kids don't believe me. My kids are like, Mom, nobody likes you. You're so uncool. And I was like, no, but people really like me. I tell my kids all the time, I be like, no, but people like me. But young people like me. And they're like, me, whatever. That's my kids. Especially my daughter. And my daughter's almost 11. And she's like, me, whatever. And then my son's 14. Is like, well, whatever. My kids, they my kids. You know how your kids just think you're really uncool. But I be like, well, people like me. People think I'm cool. And then my kids are like, yeah. I'm like, they don't believe me. But I'm like, I do. Because again, they know I have 2 YouTube channels. My kids are never on my YouTube channel. They don't care. Like sometimes my son will pop on my live stream just to look around and he'd be like, ask my mom talking, whatever. But my kids don't care about K-pop. They don't care about geopolitics or geography or history. So that and they don't care about reality channels on my other channel. So either way, my kids don't care what I do on social media, what on my YouTube channels. All they care about is like, are we gonna get paid or not? Are you getting paid for this channel or not, mama? That's all they care. My kids do not care. Being 12 sucks. You need parental. Of course, you need parental consent. You're a 12-year-old. Two, what's your other one? Yeah, I have 2 kids. I have a 14-year-old and I have a 10-year-old, and she's almost 11. And that reminds me, I had to plan her birthday party because she's having like a birthday outing and a party and all that. So yeah, my kids, they like, oh mom, whatever. They hate K-pop. I'm like, yeah, I keep telling my kids I'm the cool aunt type. They don't believe me. They be like, yeah, whatever, mom, whatever. Like they whatever me all day. But then like they know that people come on my YouTube channel and they see how many views I get and they're like, I was like, see, somebody like your mama. And they like, man, whatever. It's just the dynamics of having a child, especially when they're teenagers. But my son, he loves me to death. He like all of his little friends and my daughter's friends, they all think I'm the cool mom. I'm the mom that listens to K-pop. I'm the mom that watches Marvel movies. I'm the mom that plays video games. I'm the mom. They like, what are you talking about? They're like, your mom is the best thing ever. They like, your mom is so damn cool. They're like, your mom know about all the new video games. I know about what is it, GTA 6. Like me and my son text message about like video games that are coming out or video games that I watch or like when I was playing Baldur's Gate. Like it's a whole thing. Like my son's friends think like they like you have the coolest mom ever. Like she knows all the slang. She knows all the little like TikTok challenges. Like I be trying to get my daughter to do dance challenges and she's like, "No, mom, no." You gonna say I'm above 32. They like keep she keep going. They Delia like, girl, I got work to do. She got grown. Delia talking about she got grown folk people and stuff to do. It's okay, girl. Above 32. I'm way above 32. 32, you're like, you for sure young enough to be my child. Like I've lived Delia, like I got grown people stuff to do, girl. It's okay, girl. We accept them all. But I just want to come over here. I just had a moment of reflection talking about, my life and it's just like choosing to my life at my older age now. It's just so much different. And had I known back then what I know now, I think my life would have been very different. Like I wouldn't have been out here jumping from dating all the time. I would just gave myself some time for peace. And I treasure my peace. So I tell all the young people out there, slow down. Just give yourself time to find somebody. I'm a super cool mom. Thank you, honey. Um, I just tell people to slow down and give yourself time to really, cultivate relationships and have good friendships and live your life. I mean, you don't have to couple up so quickly or get married so quickly. Like I said, it all depends on your cultural values. Because I know in other cultures and other countries, it's totally different than here in America. But if you're here in America, I just tell people, if you're gonna date casually. Don't try to take it, get into a serious relationship at an early age. Leave your mind and your heart open to other people, and then it's okay to be alone. I know people out there telling people it's not okay to be alone, especially as older people. People out here telling women that, you need to be in a relationship or you need to have a baby. No, you don't. You don't need to be in a relationship. You don't need to do nothing. You just need to be you. And I'm finally in all of these years happy with myself and happy that I'm really, really, really independent and I'm out here living my best life. There are things that have happened to me, of course. Like, I didn't have an easy life, but I think now my life is pretty easy. I mean, but it took me a lot of work to get here. Oh, Delia says she 10. Oh my God, just oh my God, such youngins. You don't even have a crush yet? That's fine. It'll come with time. You're young, baby. You're young. You're young. So the young people, I'm gonna go crazy with yeah, go crazy with your friends. Just get a bunch of friends, surround yourself by people that you can trust, people that love you and appreciate for who you are. And then by the time you get older and you can truly live your life and you can sit back and be like, yeah, you can be like me and sit back and be like, yeah, because I live a truly blessed life. Like I said, I've lost people. Uh, my parents both are deceased. And so I've lost people within the past 5 years. My husband's deceased. My parents are deceased. My aunts and uncles are all deceased for the most part. Like, I've lost a lot of people just through old age, disease, whatever. But, I and treasure your grandparents. I miss my grandmother. My grandmother raised me. My grandmother was a real influential in my life. And but my grandmother didn't pass away until like I was in my 20s. So, well, no, I'm sorry, until I was in my 30s. So, but she didn't live with me. But my grandmother, I was blessed to have my grandmother. I had a really, really, really good grandmother. My grandmother was everything. She taught me everything I knew about my grandmother taught me how to cook, how to sew, how to knit, how to crochet, everything. You know. Oh, your mama's 27. You don't know who your dad is, sweetie. I didn't know who my dad was either. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was a kid, but I did find my dad in my 30s, though. My dad found me in my 30s on Facebook. Believe it or not. But I didn't grow up with my dad. I mean, I was salty about it as a kid, but then once I got to be my 20s, I just stopped caring about that anymore. I was firmly over that. I can't miss what I never had. Sometimes I think how it would have been like if I would have had a dad around, but I'm just like, man, no. Yeah, I was a little salty. I was a little salty about that. You said your mom had the same when she had your big brother at 27. 27 is a good age to have kids. I mean, you're not too old, but then you're not too young. So late 20s, early 30s, I think is a good age. And also depends on what you're doing in your life. Like, if you stable and you work in a career, then yeah, I think 20s is good. But you just have to get to a level of maturity to have children. Having kids is hard. I don't. There are people out there choosing to be childless. I don't blame those women at all. Having kids is hard. But again, my children were choices. They weren't oopsies. They weren't accidents. They were choices. Like, it was planned. I planned to have these kids. It wasn't like, oops, I'm pregnant. Like, that didn't happen that way. It was not a oopsie situation. It was very much like, we're going to have kids. Me and my husband made a conscious decision to have children, and we had children, and therefore it happened. It wasn't a surprise. So, oh, your mom had you when she was 18. That's a struggle there. Oh, they separated since you were 5. Oh, yeah. My parents were never married. They were never married. And my parents were young. My mom was young. My mom was like 17 when she had me, and I think my dad was around 17 or 18. They went to school together. They were in high school together. And so, my mom, her life changed when she got pregnant with me. Her life changed. I mean, it's no lie, it ain't like it was. But then again, my mom didn't raise me either. My grandmother raised me. My mom, she didn't have it to do. My mom was, she came around when I was older. Like my mom, when I had my son, then my mother became like the mother that I never had, like to my to her grandkids. My mom loved my kids, and I'm my mom's only child. I don't have any other full brothers and sisters. I do have brothers that my dad had, but he had them with other wives. He had them with an ex-wife and another girlfriend. So I do have brothers, but they're not my mom's kids. My mom, I was her only child. Her only. After me, she was like, nah, I ain't having no more kids. She was like, girl, I'm not having no more kids. She was one and done. She's like, hey. She had no entertainings or inklings or desires to have another baby. She was over it. Okay. She said, be right back. Yeah, my mom was over it. She wouldn't have it to do. you know. I was almost one and done too. Sorry, I had to close the door, y'all. I was almost one and done as well too. Like I had my son and it was very hard. My son is 14 years old. My son almost lost his life. My son almost died a few times. Because I had complications. My son was premature. He was in the hospital for 2 months before he could come home. And so my son is like a miracle. He's happy and healthy and taller than me. And oh, you're back. Hello. Welcome back. But my son is happy, healthy, tall. My son got that Timothy Chalamet thing going on right now. So I can see why my son has a girlfriend. Oh my God, someone's car is going on. Started blushing seeing yourself when you were 2. Yeah, it's cute. I bring up my kids' pictures and they hate that. Kids hate that. They're like, oh my God. But yeah, my son, he has that whole Timothy Chalamet thing going on. That's about people. That's what people say my son looks like a little bit browner, tanner version of Timothy Chalamet. So that's why when my son, he went through an awkward phase, and then once he went to middle school, now his hair is like long and wavy, and like it's like here neck length, and he has the nose and the face shape of Timothy Chalamet, and so all the little girls in middle school, oh, my son's gonna kill me. I hope he don't see this video. The little girls be swooning over my son, like they like. They swoon over my child. So it's like I'm like back, you little girls back. He looks like Timothy Chalamet, and I'm just like, oh, God, God. Have you guys seen the Hunger Games, like the new movie, like the one that came out like a year or 2 ago? There's a dude in that movie, the one with the blonde hair that plays Snow. He looks like my son too, except my son has dark hair. But if my son would dye his hair blonde, he would look like that guy too. Just a little, just a little bit browner though. My son has a little brown to him, because my late husband was white. So, but my son, people said he looked like the guy from the Hunger Games that came out a few years ago. When you were 4 and 5. But this is you when you were 4 and 5. Oh, let me see, girl. Oh. That's cute. That's cute. Cute. You were super cute when you were 2. My kids, I think my kids were super cute. Like my daughter, she got into pageants. My daughter did pageants when she was a little kid. Like not the ones where they wear makeup. They're called glamour and glitz pageants. Like not like those kind of pageants, not like Honey Boo Boo pageants, but my daughter did pageants, like natural baby pageants, and she won a whole bunch. Like she has a case full of trophies. My daughter had a real good look. Like my daughter still has a good look. Um, she'll be 11 next month, but my daughter did pageants and modeling when she was like between the time she was a baby to the time she was about 4 years old, and she didn't want to do it no more. But my daughter, they loved her look. Like her look is very, they used to call her like they what's her name? Jenna Ortega. They say my daughter looks like Jenna Ortega. Like she has that look. She has that look to her. Um, and so I got a Jenna Ortega and a Timothy Chalamet in my house, and it's just like, oh God, it's like, oh God, yeah, oh God. I mean, my kids are aesthetically attractive, and I'm just like, oh God, just oh God, I just no. I'm like, stay away, people. They're like, oh, your daughter's so pretty. Especially when my daughter, she just cut her hair off, but when she had long hair all the way almost to her waist, and people be like, you look like Jenna Ortega, or what's that other chick? There's a singer. I forgot her name. I don't know. I don't know these singers. But there's a singer that they used to say she looked like too. But especially they say she looked like Jenna Ortega. So this is you and a friend. Oh look. Look at Awesome Ducker. Look at he's such a cute with his little fat chubby cheeks. It looked like my son. Oh, this is you and a friend. Oh, that's cute. Oh. Oh, that's cute. So, so I'm assuming y'all are on break. My kids are at home on break, so I assume you guys are on break. But anyway, kids. Anyway, kids. Um, it's time for me to work out. I'm staring at this gym. I guess these people finally got in the gym. The gym staff went to lunch. They were like, look, we're hungry. We went to lunch. Okay. So people, Amazon finally got in. FedEx is here. Some other people are here to deliver something or other in this gym. But I am about to go to the gym, y'all. Make sure y'all thumbs up this video. Subscribe to my channel. I post videos every day. If you guys have any suggestions about what I should post, I don't know, Skibidi Toilet, I don't know. My kids go crazy. Whenever I say Skibidi Toilet, my kids lose their minds. They hate it. They're like, ah! They're like, no, mom, brain rot. Oh my God. I keep telling them I'm gonna do a Skibidi Toilet short video, and they like, don't do it. My kids be freaking out. Oh my God, don't mention Skibidi Toilet. They hate it. They hate it. They absolutely hate it. Oh, this is your baby sister. Oh. Awesome Ducker kind of looks like my son. He looks like my baby. Both of y'all look like my kids. Awesome Ducker looks like my son. And Delilah looks like my daughter. It's so weird. My kids look decidedly, they think my kids are Hispanic, Native American, Indian, Arabic, like either one of those. Like, and then when they see me and my kids together, they're just like, "Who is this lady?" Like, I went to my daughter's Christmas party, and like her whole class was looking at me like, "Who is this?" They're like, I was like, "I'm her mother," and they were like, "You're Spanish." My daughter looks very Hispanic. People come up to me and they come up to her because I'm in Texas and they speak Spanish to her. They come up to her. They be like, "Hola, ¿qué tal?" And my daughter be like, she be like, "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" To my daughter, she be like, "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" My daughter be like, and then she has to tell them. She be like, my daughter be like, "No habla español." She said, "No habla, no habla." Are you from Pakistan? You from Pakistan? Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam. I know a lot about Pakistan. But yeah, my daughter be like, "Kid?" She don't understand. And then I'll be like, she don't understand Spanish. I'll be like, "No habla español." Like, cause they think, and then they'll see me and then they get really confused. Cause my daughter again looks Like, and they always trying to get my daughter, like when she was younger and I used to pick her up from daycare. I'd be like, I'm here to get my daughter, and then they would pick out some black child, and I'm like, I was like, no, that's not my daughter. My daughter's that one over there, and they'd be like, huh? My daughter has real straight hair. She looks Hispanic, and then people get confused. They be like, wait a minute, whose Hispanic kid is this? I'm like, this my kid. She's mine, not Hispanic. I mean, my kids do have Mexican ancestry. Not through me, but through their father. My late husband was like, his grandfather was Mexican. So they do have Spanish ancestry, but they like people always confuse. And then the same thing with my son. They see my son, and my son looks, I mean, my son, depending on the day at the time, he could look Hispanic, he could look Arabic, he could look Egyptian. I've had somebody ask my son, was he Egyptian? And he's like, no. And he's like, no, I'm not. And then, or just plain Caucasian or Italian. I've had people think my son is Italian. They thought my son was Italian for a while because he has like a very, like I said, a Mediterranean or French look to him, something like that. You know, it's cute. He's talking about 2 months. You're cute. So my son, this is 2 months old. Oh, so yeah, my kids look, depends on what it is. But it's time for me to go work out, y'all. I appreciate everybody being here. Subscribe to the channel. I got stuff. I got a bunch of shorts. I got a bunch of stuff in my community tab. I got a bunch of stuff everywhere, but I just thought I'd come on here. And I'm doing a live stream tomorrow. I'm doing a BTS live stream. So it's going to be like a marathon live stream. I'm going to try to do it, no, Christmas Day. I'm going to try to do it Christmas Day, y'all. So I appreciate everybody from being here. You kids have a nice day. You kids, I love you kids. You guys be good. Go open some presents. If you celebrate Christmas, happy holidays, happy New Year, winter solstice, Ramadan. Oh no, wait, Ramadan is in February. I think Ramadan's like, what is it, late February, early March? Is it Eid? That's in March. Okay, anyway, I know all the Muslim holidays. Anyway, but it's a long story. It's a long story. Your mother, yeah, it's a long story. I was converted at one time. I almost converted to Islam, but that's time for another day and another story. I almost converted to Islam, y'all. But anyway, y'all have a good day. Go crazy. Bye.